Hey guys, Chris here with Riley and Parker. You might have seen Riley earlier in the year on my YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube channel of his own. Actually, we're posting this video on both channels. So if you're watching on Riley's channel, hey, how you going?
Hello. Hey guys, what's up again? It's my ugly face again. This guy and this guy, they're a lot prettier than me, but yeah.
So both of you guys are in the business of fulfillment by Amazon, which is like a popular method of making money out here. It's a good lifestyle business too, right? So like tell us a little bit about your lifestyle now. You were in Saigon last time I heard, and now you're in Chiang Mai.
Well, yeah, it's been 22 months, we were just talking about, since we quit our jobs and moved to Chiang Mai, Thailand. That's where we are now, people. We're at this beautiful cafe. So if you guys that don't know, oh my God, there's Parker.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Kind of hidden in the background of
Riley's
YouTube
he's the mastermind of my whole entire life. He's basically telling me what to do every single day, when to get up in the morning, what to eat, how to wipe my ass. No, but anyways, this is the first podcast I've actually done with Parker, who's my, I grew up with this kid since like second grade. We grew up down the street from each other. So I wanted to do this video and share with your viewers as well, just kind of our whole story, like how we got out here, why, and then introduce Parker, because I haven't done a podcast with him yet, so.
Yeah, Parker's a bit more behind the scenes. It's actually the first time I'm meeting Parker is today.
Yeah, it's great.
But obviously you talk about, your business partner so often. Yeah, it's good to finally meet you.
Sure. Yeah. Watching your videos. Thanks for having us on, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, pleasure.
Okay, but you guys, you weren't always, living the life, as you call it, out here in Chiang Mai, Saigon, Philippines. You started, it was only a few short years ago, right, that you were back in the US and working, I guess, normal jobs, and then just saved up a bit of money, came out. What was the story?
Well, I guess it could start out like we were just normal kids, normal frat boys. We were in the same frat together. Okay, go even back further. We went to elementary school together, middle school, high school, and then we went to Wazoo together. And just regular, like any American, Australian kid, just going to college. Graduated, have no idea what you want to do with your life other than just get a job and make money, right? So I graduated, and then Parker was a year behind me, and he did the study abroad, so go from there.
Yeah, so pretty much about senior year of college, for my last college credits, I had an opportunity to go study hospitality business management up in Bangkok, Phuket, and Malaysia for 6 weeks. So I had never been outside the U.S. except for maybe Mexico and Canada. I didn't really have an understanding about the outside world, I guess. Right. So landed in Bangkok, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like right when I got off in the taxi, I was like, this world exists. Like this is amazing. Spent 6 weeks studying. It was mostly just going to hotels, things like that, around Phuket, Malaysia, and Bangkok. And then I was like talking to Riley and a couple of my other friends. I was like, you guys have to get out here. Like you have to see this. And I think you guys were planning a trip anyways to go somewhere abroad.
We were going to go to Tokyo. We're going to take a big trip.
Yeah, so I basically begged them to come and visit me in Phuket right around the 4th of July.
Like I said in our podcast. I'm talking about this. Like he called us every day. He's like, you guys, like, oh God, this is so awesome. Remember you Skyped us and you were in your classroom? Like, you're just like, yeah, this is just a joke. We just have fun out here.
Oh yeah.
Surely it wouldn't have taken too much convincing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I showed them some of the pictures and everything, and they were pretty on board. So I didn't have a return ticket back yet. So I was supposed to be there for 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks at the most. This turned into like a 3-month trip that they ended up coming at the very end of the trip and visiting and then from there, man, I think we pretty much just fell in love with the culture, fell in love with everything out here, and we're like, damn, we really got to figure out a way to get back here. So that's when we finished the trip, flew back home, and then it was time to get jobs because, at least for me, Riley had been working for a year.
Yeah.
At least for me, it was time to go. I just had graduated college, so what are you supposed to do? You got to go get a job.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So I was kind of, in the hospitality industry since I had just studied that. So I was going to do like restaurants, hotels. Yeah. I started at a restaurant. I lasted about 1 month, and I was like, I cannot do this. Like, the grind, the people is just not for me.
The hours.
Yeah, the hours.
All over the place.
So I was like, okay, took a break from that. And then I got a job at a hotel. And that job was actually all right. I got to talk to people every day. I had a good team there with me. Yeah. And during this time, Riley and I actually got a 1-bedroom, actually a studio apartment, not even a 1-bedroom. Yeah, it was just a big room with a bed.
So the bedroom door was a sliding wooden curtain, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was not really a wall between his bedroom, and then I slept on the couch for a year. My famous "I slept on the couch for a year" line. It's true. I swear to God. But yeah, that was the trap house for a year.
Yeah, and we had a lot of buddies that would always come over. Man, so from there it was like, okay, we're working. We have a little bit of money. We have this apartment. What can we do? So we got a big desk, got our computers out, and we're like, okay, we're going to try to get back to Phuket. And we had this timeline. We had you should see of our apartment. We had these papers, like with calendars, with monthly budgets, with what we needed to get done basically to get back here. And so when we weren't working, we would be grinding and working on getting back here. And that's when I stumbled upon Johnny's book. I was actually searching, how to get back to Thailand, like on Amazon. Wow. And Johnny's book came up, 12 Weeks in Thailand.
You were searching on Amazon for how
why
to
would you search on Amazon? That's so weird.
Wow.
It just, randomly.
How to get back to Thailand.
Something like that.
There was going to be a book that was like titled that or something.
But it was perfect. It was like 12 weeks in Thailand on the cheap. Yeah. So it worked out perfectly. And then we found his blog. And then we're like, okay, he's making money while he's traveling. Like, this is exactly what we want. Yeah. This is our ideal lifestyle. Yeah, ideal. And during that time, we were like reading Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week, just grinding to get out here. Yeah. And then, so then we bought the Dropship Lifestyle course. So we bought that. We barely had enough money to buy that.
Yeah. Or at least, we had to split it, and we had to do 3 payments of $199. Man, that's crazy how broke we were. We couldn't even afford that. Jesus. And then we worked on that. That was like summer of 2014 that we got that. Maybe like spring of 2014.
Yep. Did that, and then we grinded. We were setting up our stores, calling suppliers. I'll never forget the first time I was calling a supplier. I was so freaking nervous, man. Yeah. I was like, but why would I be nervous when we're going to sell this guy's product? I don't know. Yeah. But I was so nervous, and we were like doing it at the same time. We're like, okay, we're going to get off work. We're going to call suppliers. We have to call suppliers now. Yeah. And then they announced the retreat. Like sometime we were in the course, and we're like, oh, this is perfect. So this is our perfect date that we can get out to Chiang Mai. Yeah. And from there we bought one-way tickets. It was like $500, and we're like, all right, we got to buy these tickets, and then we'll for sure be in.
Yeah, we were talking about buying the ticket for the longest time. I remember just like telling my parents and telling friends, like, yeah, we're moving out to Thailand. Just you kind of just start to talk about it, and then it eventually, becomes real. Eventually, you feel stupid if you're not doing it after a while. But so thanks to Parker, because he is the first one that bought the ticket. So props to Parker. He bought the ticket, and then I was like, well, I gotta buy mine. Yeah. And so I bought my ticket, and it was for like October 1st or whatever. The retreat was October 7th, so that was like I say in every single podcast, that retreat was the perfect excuse to set a deadline on the calendar, like 5 months in advance. Like, this is when we're going to quit our jobs, and no matter how much money we have, we're going to go and we're going to meet all these digital nomads, and we're going to freaking figure it out. And so, yeah, got to Chiang Mai.
Yeah. And things didn't quite work out the way you wanted it to with drop shipping, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely give dropshipping a lot of credit for why we're still here. It didn't work out profit-wise, money-wise, but for the aspect of doing the whole online thing, meeting a ton of online entrepreneurs at the conference that we went to, it was definitely good for that. It was just doing the design, managing ads. We just weren't really making the profit that we needed to stay here at the time, I guess.
Okay, so now you guys are involved in the fulfillment by Amazon system. What was the transition from drop shipping into that, and how would you describe that to people who don't know Amazon?
Yeah, that's the good thing about coming to a conference is not everyone's doing the same thing. It's kind of an array of, oh, this guy's doing this guy's doing blogging, this guy's doing affiliate marketing, this guy's doing drop shipping, this guy's doing Amazon, this guy's doing freelance, blah, 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 blah.
Everything.
And it just so happened that at the retreat, a kid who's around our age, Kai, shout out Kai La, number one. No, what's good, Kai? But no, after the holidays that year, he went straight into Amazon and he was just crushing it. So after a few months of not really making a profit with our drop shipping sites, Parker had a conversation with a guy in Chiang Mai, and he kind of called me over. He's like, "Yeah, dude, fuck drop shipping, dude."
Oh, that was Russ, I think.
Oh, it was Russ?
Yeah, Russ at the dropship retreat.
I thought it was Jason.
Both of them. They've both been definitely motivators for us.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Russ and Jason. But they're like basically kind of saying what we were thinking, what some other people were thinking, like, fuck dropshipping. Let's just go straight into Amazon and take our chances with that, with a small investment. And so it was Parker's idea, man. He's the one who pulled the trigger and said, let's just do it.
Awesome. And I'm seeing that a common theme, a theme that I think is really like important here is that you two are working together, and then you went to a conference where you were around other like-minded people. How important is it to have, people, I guess, supporting you, keeping you accountable, and kind of doing the journey together?
Much important.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I'm a big believer in like the 5 people that you surround yourself with is gonna help you build whatever you're building, whether you're building an Amazon business or just your lifestyle in general. So fortunately, I mean, from when we lived in that apartment, it was like-minded people that wanted to get out here. Mm-hmm. So, we had our friend Blake and our friend Danny that both were on the mind state. So yeah, coming to the conference and meeting all these people, 1,000,000%. We wouldn't be here, I don't think, if we didn't meet all the people.
We would be back home if it wasn't for meeting all those friends right away and just discovering what was working. Like I said in every single podcast, you don't have to reinvent something, just pay attention to what's working and adapt it. Quote from the 4-Hour Work Week.
Yeah. Yes. All right, cool. Well, a question that I like to ask a lot of my interview guests, and especially with entrepreneurs, you guys have to manage risk, you have to make sacrifices. You mentioned staying in that one studio apartment. What's your why? What motivates you? What makes you want to take the risk, go big or go home? What's your mindset with that?
Let Parker go first on that one.
Yeah, I guess I've always had the entrepreneur mind state. And I would say my main thing is time freedom. I love being able to do what I want, when I want, and getting my work done when I want to get my work done, I've never liked to wake up by an alarm clock, and I have to say that is one of the best things. Riley's the same way. Yeah. That is one of the best things about being here. Time and location freedom. I mean, we get to live in this beautiful place. You know, we get to travel to many different countries. So those would probably be my 2 top reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, time and location freedom. And I'm going to get a little bit more philosophical with it. Like, I think I was born like an adventurous person. I said on your podcast, I wanted to be an astronaut and an archaeologist when I was a kid. So I wanted to be like freaking Buzz Lightyear and Indiana Jones. So I think it's like the exploratory gene or whatever is in my DNA. But I literally think I'm a half philosophy minor, you can call me, and like a Joe Rogan, Terrence McKenna philosopher. Like, I think in the age of flying buses and magical Harry Potter internet, I think I actually feel it's my obligation to see the planet that I was born on that shouldn't even exist in the first place. So I think I see traveling the world as like a duty.
Yeah.
Almost. So I'm taking it to the 4-hour work week biblical level. Like, I think as a human being living in this age where we actually can go across the ocean, 99.99% of the humans that lived on this earth before us could never even go across the ocean. Like, they don't even know what the other side of the world looks like. So I'm just like, my humble spiritual self, we live in this beautiful age that you can travel the world. So I'm just gonna, as a human being, see the world simply because you can. So yeah, see the world. That's one of my biggest motivations is seeing all these digital nomad travelers, having a job that allows you to travel for an extended period of time, not just go and visit Tahiti, once every Christmas or whatever, but like a lifestyle of extended travel and really, really get the most out of your life. Like, see the most of the globe you possibly can before you die. That's my spiritual answer.
Yeah.
Cheer.
I agree.
Wow. Deep, guys. Deep.
It's deep. It's deep in a rap.
Okay. Well, I think you guys sell it well. For the people that don't understand fulfillment by Amazon, how does it work, and how would you suggest people get started, even in the business you guys are in or in any online business? How to, what's your tips for people wanting to sort of get where you guys are?
Yeah, what does it take to do Amazon? So Amazon overview of it is, as opposed to drop shipping, you buy all your inventory up front. So you go to Alibaba.com and you buy a bunch of shit for cheap in China, put simply, and they deliver it to Amazon's warehouse in America. Amazon holds it and ships out the orders. So you own the product before it's selling, as opposed to drop shipping, as it's referred to in this community, is you don't own the product, you're just selling like another brand stuff on the website. Once a customer orders it, they'll pay you the money, then you buy it wholesale. That's selling kind of more expensive or $200 plus stuff. The Amazon method is selling like $20 to $50 items. But the thing with buying all the inventory ahead of time is you have to have that investment. So put simply, it's something that you guys can do. It's something that anyone can do if they have the money to do it. If you only have $1,000 in your bank account, you probably can't do it. You gotta save up. If you have 5 or 10 grand to invest on the side, then it's definitely something that you could do. What do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend having 5 to 10 grand.
As an investment for the business.
Right.
Like on the side. Not in your bank account. Like on the side.
Yeah. And then, it's a grind to make it work. It takes a lot of studying and just researching, I guess. It's not just, I found the perfect product, here it is, I'm going to sell it, because it's a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of stuff that you kind of have to know. But yeah, an initial investment, if you're just graduating college or you're kind of like us, what we did was we saved up for a year. We lived in a studio apartment, saved up, some money for a year, and then we started, we came out here. It wasn't just I don't know, not, you have to have some money, I guess.
Yeah, definitely have to have money. And what you want to do with Amazon, just to kind of go over a brief overview of the process, is you're kind of reverse engineering how to pick your products. So it starts with going on Amazon, going to the bestseller page, and going through all the categories and the subcategories, and making a huge list of like 50 different product opportunities that fit the criteria. There's lots of criteria, being, you know, smaller than a shoebox, you know, being not too heavy, being in the $20 to $50 range. All these criteria that you look for that online courses teach. That's the kind of the method.
Yeah.
And we spent probably like a month in Punspace just making a huge PDF spreadsheet of product opportunities, crunching the numbers. You got to crunch all the sales data using like Jungle Scout or AMZ Tracker or whatever. So it's like a month of intense research, and then you have your big list of potential products, and then you narrow it down to your favorite ones, maybe to like 3 or 5, and then you go to Alibaba.com, the Chinese wholesale, and you order a couple of single samples, and you look at them and you say, okay, maybe we could go with this, maybe we could go with this. And then once you've made your decision, then you order like 200. That's your test order. And let's say it's like $10 a unit, so you're going to spend $2,000 on 200 units. They ship that to Amazon, and then if the test goes well, so if you sell like maybe 10 plus per day of that product, then you say, okay, that's a success. If it doesn't sell 10 plus per day, I would say maybe that's not a success. Maybe 5 a day. Maybe 5 a day would be good.
Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't sell 10 a day, I still think eventually you'll get your investment back, because you're going to sell a few a day. So you're still going to make your money back. It's just, you want to be sure, like 10 a day is a good point. Okay, I'm sure that this is a good investment. This will make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And one more thing, another big difference between drop shipping and FBA, well, it's owning your own product. It's the profit margin. It's a lot more. So you're looking at least about a 30% profit margin. That's usually bare minimum. You want to be making about 30%. Yeah. Whereas drop shipping, I think it was, because you're selling someone else's product, you would just get the wholesale price, and then you had to manage the ads and everything. So you're not making nearly as much per sale.
And if anyone wants to learn the specifics, you guys are putting out a course, right? We will link that below when that's ready. So yeah, maybe I'll put an annotation here now when, you know, it comes out, so you guys can check it out if you're watching it later. But what do you guys think is your keys to success? Like, is it just the drive? Like, not everyone succeeds in online business. What makes you guys successful, do you think?
Nothing special. Like, we're not smart. Like, we're just normal frat boys that drank way too much beer and killed half of our brain cells in college, like a lot of you guys. But the keys to success, okay, number one, I think being around someone on the same mission as you, like on a day-to-day basis.
Number
one. That just stopped, by the way, the G7X.
Okay.
So number one is being around someone on the same mission as you on a daily basis. I don't think I would have done it by myself, and I don't think Parker would have done it by himself. So being around someone on the same mission keeps the mission going forward. And then number two is just we paid attention to someone that was already successful doing the exact same thing that we wanted to do, and we just copied. We didn't, like, there was no secret to success. It was just copy what someone is already doing. So we just copied what Kai did with his whole ASM method, the Amazing Seller Machine. That's like the most famous Amazon course that Kai actually bought. It's $5,000. Wow. He actually bought that, and we just kind of mooched off of Kai through that, and kind of just learned from his successful product. And I just kind of texted him on a daily basis, asking him little questions, and it's not that complicated, but it's pivotal to have someone that's kind of overseeing it, that has done it before, because there's so many little mistakes that you can make, and we still made them. Like with our launch with our friend that we just did, like we still made little mistakes, and so it's absolutely imperative that you have someone that's done it, that's ahead of you, that's still doing it, to kind of oversee and make sure you avoid as many mistakes as possible. And I have people that message me through my videos every single day asking, how do I do Amazon? How do I do this? That's been for about 6 months now, getting questions. So it's about time that I make a course.
Yeah.
So that's the reason that we're doing the course. It's just about time. But yeah, just having someone on the same mission, and then just paying attention to someone that is doing exactly what you want to do, just copying them. That's the key to success. Just copy and pay attention.
I think that's huge, and that's great advice, and I think that's why so many of the people that have come out of the retreat that you guys went to 2 years ago a lot of them have been successful. I know a bunch of people that have done that retreat, and I think it's what you're saying. It's that having the like-minded people around, and they're all doing different online businesses and trying things different ways, and it's just amazing to learn from everyone. So if you can somehow get that, I was talking to Riley earlier about how, if we could facilitate that in some way, let us know. But yeah, that is a huge thing. Yeah, so I think that's really important. Any final words as we wrap up?
As you guys know, in our other podcasts, like if you're thinking about coming out here, Chiang Mai is a great place to start. The reason why it is the digital nomad capital is just because it's not a hugely complicated city. It's easy living. It's
Absolutely.
super cheap. Okay, that's probably the first reason.
Yeah.
We spend like $1,000 a month living out here, so hit us up. Anything we can do to make it more comfortable from you, kick you in the ass, whatever. But it's definitely not easy to do by yourself, so it does take some nudging. Like we were nudged by Anton and Johnny in a major way by having that retreat. So come out here, even if it's just for 2 weeks, and just meet up with us, hit up Chris, hit up me and Parker, and we'll just see how we do it. But getting around the environment, even if it's just for a 2-week vacation and then you go back for your job, it'll get you a step in the right direction. Definitely. So, we also wanted to announce.
Yeah.
You guys already know about the course, but kind of, it just hit. July was. I'm gonna wait for this plane.
Okay. I'm excited.
So this July, it marked 1 year of selling our first successful Amazon product. It launched July of 2015, and Parker just crunched the numbers. We did, $205,000 in sales volume.
Yep, in revenue.
$205,000 in revenue. So that means it's a $39.99 product. We sold that about 5,000 times in a 12-month period. Did over 200K last year in volume. How much of that is profit? It's about 25-30% profit. So maybe like 50 to 70K of that was like a net profit. Wow. And that started with a $20,000 initial investment.
Yeah. And it's made us living out here. And now the goal is to just keep working at it and double that up.
Yeah.
Sure.
So just one Amazon product has paid for our entire living this entire year. We give ourselves, every month we give ourselves a set allowance of $1,500 each. I wish it could be, lower, and we just launched our second product, just went live like yesterday. Actually our third. Our second one was a dud, all right? So that's because we made an obvious mistake. But that's why we're making the course, so you guys can avoid the same mistake. So we just launched a third one, copying the success of our first one, hoping to double that 200K and make it 400K by next year. And so we can potentially double our salaries, travel more, and just take the savings from our profit and launch another product until you have 5 to 10 products. until you're doing $1 million in volume a year, then you can potentially sell your business. So just because you guys are probably wondering this, so we just did like 200K in volume over here. Did that just stop?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's about every month, that's about $4,000 to $5,000 in net profit, our business. And so that's split between 2 people. So we've been doing that for a year. So we could sell our business if we sold it for 27x, like Johnny just sold his drop shipping store, we could sell that business for like 100K, just in case you guys are wondering. But the goal is to always add new products to your, that's the Amazon method goal, okay? That's the 3 to 5 year goal, is to keep adding products. Just keep growing it slowly, build your passive income, and then in 5 years you can sell the business, or you can keep that cash flow to keep following your passions, do your YouTube channel, travel the world, just go do interesting shit, live the 4-hour work week. So yeah, that was our announcement, as our numbers for our first year.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah,
that's great stuff, guys. If you as the audience want to see more content from Riley, if you're on Riley's channel, obviously just hit the subscribe button below.
Go over to his channel, check it out. Dude, by the way, when did your subscribers blow up? You went from 1,000 to now you're at 4,500.
Actually, it was when I started doing advice videos. So I did how to be a digital nomad, which ranks really high for digital nomad search terms, and also my how I learnt to code video. Suddenly, I posted that one like 4 months ago or 5 months ago, and suddenly it got picked up by YouTube. I think people really like to hear stories. Stories with advice, I think, is so powerful, because people want to hear advice, but they also want to see how you've done it as well. And that's the great thing about doing these interviews and watching, guys like Riley on, YouTube, is you follow the journey. And in terms of having that influence, if you don't have any friends or that are into this stuff, or you're in a community that's not entrepreneurial at all, at least you can go into YouTube and have that influence coming at you every night or every day. So if you're watching this on my channel, you can head over to Riley's channel. I'll link it below, but it's pretty easy. Just type in Riley Bennett on YouTube and you'll find it, or anything digital nomad, Vietnam related. And if you want to learn more about remote work and travel and the stuff I do, you can subscribe to mine as well.
Chris the freelancer.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.
Strange, because a lot of people ask me, how do you take a hobby into a career where you can make money? Because to make it something viable, you've got to put full-time effort into it. So it's like, but if you have to work full-time, how does that work?